imperial and paradox recording for you. Yes. You'll be alive on arrival. It's so vital, giving tribute to the vision of those this life stifled. To win against the system like Christ's disciples die.
Welcome, people, to this episode of The Visionary Experience. Are we taping, Anton?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, good. So this episode is entitled, Are You a True Believer? And so I put a lot of time and thought into this, not just because in my own life I have to look at myself in the mirror with regards to my faith and my beliefs, but also with regards to my plans and my aspirations and my goals. And when I have triumphs and face challenges, and I'm sure for you listening, it's pretty much the same thing. You have to ask yourself, that honest question, are you a true, believer? And I think with regards to religions in the world, they all have two main characteristics. One is a philosophy and a core set of beliefs. So there's a philosophy and there's a core set of beliefs. And then right behind that, which brings those things to life, are followers and believers. Otherwise, the philosophy and core sets of beliefs are literally hollow and meaningless because you don't have any execution of them. You don't have any enactment of them. The belief, is at the heart, and it's the what of, the foundation and the bedrock and the major set of principles, upon which we live. If you really think about it, why you get up in the morning, why you do what you do, what are you doing it for whom are you doing it? And I think for people, especially over the past several months with COVID, that's been challenged. And that has hurt many people emotionally and mentally because they haven't been able to do the normal things that they would do in their life. So it challenges their inner core sets of beliefs. But true believers are that spark that gives those beliefs and principles life and meaning, right? It gives vibrance and connection and a true fullness and a real substance. Listen, if you're a business owner, right? If you are a business owner, what is your religion? Like, what are your core sets of beliefs? Okay. What are you uniquely bringing to the table that offers value and progress? So when I say a small business owner, it could be anything. You could be retail, you could be a restaurant, you could sell trinkets, you could be in finance, you could be a gas station owner, you could go over people's homes and sell Mary Kay and put makeup on. It really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what are you as a small business owner uniquely yourself? What are you bringing to the table that offers value to your clients, that offers value to your circle and helps you to make progress? It helps you to move one step further every single day. If you are a team member, an employee within that small business, are you a true believer? Are you really 100% bought in with what your company is looking to do? Are your people, as they say, ride or die? Like, are you really a team member that truly believes in what the owner, what the management is looking to do, where they're looking to take the company? Do you really believe that? And if you don't really believe that, I can promise you it will show in your work performance or lack thereof. Have you been able to, whether you're a team member on a small business, in a small business, or whether you're an owner or in management, have you been able to build a culture of loyalty and collective ownership? That to me is extremely important because we can't make plans and we can't have these things that we want to do, whether it's in the short or midterm or even the long term, if there's no collective ownership. And what do I mean by that? If you make plans to do something 6 or 12 months down the road, but along the way, you have a bunch of attrition. You have employees leaving left and right. You have business relationships that are falling off. Your plans involve people. Your plans involve a collective ownership and participation in what you're looking to do. Otherwise, you have to get everything done yourself. So your plans will never come to true fruition unless you have your team, unless you have your people that are right there with you working hard to make those things happen. Over the past several months, it's definitely, for me personally, it's been a big challenge. Whether it's just been having some, key relationships lost or falling off on the side, or back in November, I tore a pec muscle in the gym, and it was a pain that I had never experienced before. And let me tell you something, it brought me to a very quick and stark reality in terms of what is most important in my life. Exercising and going to the gym and being healthy is part of my life and part of my lifestyle. But what God made abundantly clear is that it was too deeply ingrained in my lifestyle where it began to take time from Him. So I had to reevaluate that, and I'm grateful for that. And even though I had to learn a very difficult lesson, and I'm still recovering, and I will be recovering for a while, that's okay, because it really did open my eyes, and it helped me to see, okay, where is my true belief? What happens when I'm tested? Let me ask you this question. What happens when you're tested? What happens when you have something really difficult that comes up and challenges you, that makes you anxious? You can't fall asleep at night, or you don't want to get up in the morning. You're worried. You're concerned. There's fear. How do you honestly react to that? I've gone through that many different times. And so what helps me is having the foundation of faith in what I believe, because I know at some point that time will pass. Listen, you and I, we're in this together. We've lost some battles, but we've won many more. Let me tell you something funny. So almost a year ago, I had signed an office lease. I signed the office lease in, I think it was mid to late February of 2020. And with this office lease, it's a much nicer space than where we were, just a half mile away. And I had agreed to do a 3-year term because I wanted to have some stability. Well, literally about 2.5 weeks after I signed that lease is when everything with the coronavirus jumped off in the United States. And I was like, are you absolutely kidding me? And so in the very beginning, it was weird because everything felt like a very long weekend. So it's like, okay, this will eventually pass. And so once we got through March, and then we got through April, and coming into May, it became very clear that this thing was not going anywhere. And at first I thought about trying to invoke some type of Corona clause and get out of my lease. And I was like, oh my gosh. But, dealing with the owner of the property was not the best experience. And I said, you know what? God is going to bring me through this. He's going to bless this. We're going to make lemonade out of these lemons. I don't know what is going on in our country. I don't know what is happening, but what I do know is that we are definitely going to make the best of this, and I am going to keep my word. And so that's what we've done. And through the coronavirus, through any type of challenge, we have to rise. Remember, at Visionary Lending and here at the Visionary Experience, our glory, our bragging rights are actually embedded in the people that we help. It's not in patting ourselves on the back. Oh, look at what we did. Oh, look how many loans we've closed. Oh, look at all of our different accomplishments. That's not it. Okay. What we find our joy in, what we find our bravado, our chest pounding in, is the lives touched and the friendships made and the relationships deepened. That's what we care about. That's the real fulfillment And that's the real substance of what we do. And that's what we truly believe. And that's what helps us to continue to keep going on every single day, knowing that, okay, yeah, there's rough waters, but these rough waters are teaching us to be better swimmers. It's giving us more endurance. It's helping us to endure. It's helping us to be better. We can see the shore. If we can see the shore, then we can make it to the shore. Corona, it's becoming cliche. It's a major challenge, and I hope and pray that we are approaching the tail end. But let me tell you something. It's not an excuse for you, and it's not an excuse for me to lay down our sword and to lay down our shield and use it as an excuse to not be peak performers at all. At all. I believe that your business can do better and better and better. It's really up to you to make up your mind. Speaking of which, I just listened to a great rebroadcast of a podcast on the Brian Buffini show. And it just talks about the power of a made up mind. So now he's getting some free advertising, but it doesn't matter to me. The power of a made up mind. And when I was thinking about that, I'm like, it's so true. When you make a decision to do something, the decision by itself has power. Okay. It has meaning. However, that power and that meaning don't move forward until you take action on that decision. And that action is followed up with conviction and discipline. Then you really have something that's going there. And I've made my mind up that we are going to be wildly successful. But that wild success is not defined to me by my gross revenue, by my top line. That is a byproduct of what we're looking to do. We are looking to close the wealth gap, right? We are looking to close the per capita income gap. We are looking to close the education gap that's taking place in this country. And I'm going to be straight up honest with you. Like, I can only do that family by family, person by person, step by step here in the DC metro area in Northern Virginia. Be honest with you. That's all I can do at this particular point right now. But you know what? That is enough to be able to talk to the people, to see the faces, how their lives have been changed because now they are able to purchase a new home. They're able to clean up their credit. They're able to learn about finances. They're able to learn how to save. They're able to help a family member. They're able to refinance and get their rate lower and save that critical money that will help them in their budget. All of those things are actual, tangible, life-changing things for people. And that's what we do at the end of the day. I'm going to be very, very honest with you. There's a lot of lessons that, we've all learned and I continue to learn in my life. And, I think about just the times just even growing up in Baltimore. And there's a part of me that really misses the simplicity from my childhood, the simplicity of just going outside to play with my friends, playing flag football in the street, running around, playing tag, the simplicity of like, okay, I got to get my homework done so I can go out, or the simplicity of I got to get back in when it's dark and I'm going to eat and whatever, like not having so many distractions and so many worries per se. But as an adult, I can look back on that time with a true sense of connection and empathy. And what do I mean by that? When I look back at it, when I really think about it, I can see how people just in my 2-block radius, I realized, man, a lot of those people struggled to pay their bills. They were working 1, 2, 3 jobs. What were these parents doing just to put the food on the table? I don't remember eating a bunch of roast beef and lobster and scallops and all that stuff, man. It was grilled cheese and maybe some hot dogs and hamburgers and different things here and there. And I was happy because of the simplicity, because of the simple gratitude. back then. And looking back on that, it's like, yeah, it was a great childhood in that sense. But I also respect the fact that there were many men and women who worked overtime so that their kids could have a Christmas. Their kids could have some basic school clothes. Their kids could have maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 pairs of shoes so they don't have holes in them. Or, this is not stuff that's made up. Okay, no, we did not have to walk 3 miles to school, with donkeys on our back. No. But growing up in the inner city, this is the inner city reality. And I think that you have to have a deep core, deep set belief that you can change and improve your life and be fully committed to it. But what about fast forwarding to now? Okay. What about where you are as an adult? What about the higher financial aspirations of home ownership, saving, digging out of the holes dug by shovels of misunderstanding, miseducation, apathy, and deepened by the gap of systemic discrimination and discouragement and the assignment of blame in all different directions. There are people out there who, for some strange reason, believe that there's no such thing as systemic discrimination, where it is riddled throughout our country's history. But I'm not going to sit there and put all the blame on that. That's not what I'm saying. Listen to what I just said 30 seconds ago. Okay? There's a lot of misunderstanding that's taking place in our country. Miseducation, too much apathy, right? These things deepen the gap, okay, between where you are and where you want to go. Really think about that. But again, we are convinced that family by family, person by person, we can help people rise. That's the religion per se of visionary lending. That's what our people believe in. That's the catalyst, that it's not about us, but it's about the satisfaction of the service, the satisfaction of the service itself, the empathy and the tangible empowerment that people actually receive and get. That's what gives us the momentum. Again, whether you're a business owner, employee, student, wherever you are, where you stand, seriously ask yourself this question. What is your push? Like, what is pushing you? What's your catalyst? What opens up your eyes every single day? If you are a person of faith, what is that gets you on your knees and causes you to pray and to put your thoughts and feelings and beliefs to a higher power? I'm grateful to God for every breath, and we always work to remember him, to be humble and grateful. But these days, we must push and pull in the tug of war against constant discouragement and traps, because otherwise we will get easily distracted. You don't want to be tossed back and forth by every wave and blowing of the wind. Otherwise, you'll have no stability in your life, and you really will not have a true north. You will not have a true compass on where you need to go and the things that will give you true fulfillment in your life. That is a distraction. Going back to the original question, are you a true believer? And if not, what's going to get you there? What's going to get you there? And again, the undercurrent to that question is what do you believe? Because at the beginning of the day, as you're going through your day and at the end of the day, that's really what needs to grab hold of you. That's what needs to propel you forward. Listen, let's fight together. Visionary lending, like I always say it, We're in this with you. This is what we are doing together. We are making progress. We're getting closer to whatever that finish line is together. We're going to rise together. We are going to persevere together. We are here to change lives, one person, one family at a time. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Love you guys. Make sure to check out our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. If you could see me, my left hand would be pointing up. Take care. See you guys later. Love ya. Hey family, what an amazing conversation today. I look forward to seeing you again soon. And as always, to God be the glory.